I'm not really going in with anything specific in mind when I start my work. I kind of allow the natural material to speak to me in a sense to figure out what I'm going to do with it. My name is Heinz May, and my sculptures are deconstructions and reconstructions of recycled raw natural materials. The title of my piece is Raranok, which is a Native American Algonquin word that is the original word for Roanoke. There was a tree that had been taken out of Elmwood Park, and so there was a bunch of elm fragments. So I had to decide on a piece to use from those fragments in order to create my work with. Looking at the form itself and thinking about how it'll get spliced and sliced and fragmented into pieces, these cross sections that I call cookies, and then cut into small pixels or cubes of material. I look at my work as a composition, almost like a three-dimensional painting in a sense. So I'm walking around it, I'm constantly circling it, seeing where that block needs to go in relationship to the other blocks. And as it goes higher up and it starts abstracting and pixelating out into space more, expanding or dissolving into the ether, it's really my interpretation of where that block needs to go through observation. How does it relate to the block underneath of it? Well, at this point, maybe that doesn't matter. So maybe it'll twist inward. So there's so many different intricacies that are happening that it becomes something more than painting, but simultaneously I think it's rooted in painting somehow. What I'm interested in is that relationship that we have to nature and really dealing with the responsibility that we have, the accountability that we're kind of missing out on. We use nature as a standing reserve or as this point of substance for our use rather than it being an offset of us. And when we change nature, we're actually doing that to ourselves as well. In a sense, what I'm trying to do is reintroduce those ideas that the origins of existence really are nature. One of the greatest parts about the public installation here is that the tree came from the park, which is right across the way here. I mean, this is Elmwood Park, and the tree is an elm tree. I couldn't ask for anything more perfect.